7 here at 89.3 2GLF. Here's our first track to kick us off this morning. It's Fabian Del Sol with I'm Gonna Haunt You. I'm doing radio broadcasting and news media at Petersham TAFE. I do community radio as well, Liverpool. It's probably the music and just, I'm a talker. I like to talk a lot about lots of stuff. I'm really opinionated, but only on particular things. Funny, I was thinking about this the other night, how, you know, whenever there's a big outburst of racism, they'll always say, oh, we're being un-Australian. And I just think to myself, what does that even mean anymore? Because, see, to me, the whole word Australian should just be wiped. Yeah, that's the country we live in, and that's like the culture or the nationality that we give ourselves on our passport. But we have so much diversity in this country. And my best friend, her mum's Italian. I'm telling you now, she makes the best damn food ever. Yeah. Boyfriend's Maltese. One of my good mates is Indian. Another one of my friends is Filipino. And you get so many different perspectives. See, I don't think I fit into any kind of category because, I mean, I like a vast range of music and I'm still a girly girl. I could watch American Idol for goodness sake and enjoy it. Like, I paint my nails and I have like girly sleepovers and we drink wine and talk about boys and stuff like that, but don't ever think that I will listen to R&B music or house music or something like that. I like my rock, my alternative stuff, and yeah, I kind of just float between genres. I don't know. One of my friends wears a lot of black, and for her it's just a statement and saying that I'm not conforming to anything else. And I'm like, yeah, but you're conforming to the people that wear black, so what's all that about? I don't know. I wear whatever.
What kind of person stays with someone who's serving a life sentence for murder?
I love you, honey. Please don't kill me.
Yeah, pretty much.
I like to know that I have friends who are also creative. I like having friends who are interested in art and music and stuff like that. Yeah, because some are from high school, some are from outside of school, some are from work, and I kind of mingle with all of them when I can. God bless the internet. Email, SMS, phone calls, letters. I'm a big letter writer. I dig having pen pals, it's cool. My best friend and I've known her since I was 3. This is the half Italian, half Australian. We travelled around Italy. We pretty much left our suitcases in London with some friends, chucked some stuff in a backpack and went, okay, let's do it. And these 2 Aussie guys said, you know, where are you from? We said, oh, Sydney. And they go, oh, us too, whereabouts? And we just said, you know, like out west. And they went, oh, okay, we're from Balmain and North Sydney. And we just went, okay, cool. You know, what brings you to Italy? Anyway, and kind of just turned the other cheek. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, what, because we're from Liverpool or whatever, apparently we don't belong in Italy? Like, we're staying in the same place, buddy. What's the problem? Like, I was really offended. I really, really hate the stigma that's attached with living in the West. It's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
It's all about just everyone expressing themselves in their own individual way. I think it's important to hear what these kids want to express.
Oh shit, this could be funny.
The goth mythos is very, very misunderstood, and I think everyone should have their right to self-expression, and this gives us an opportunity to come together as a community and to share our respect and to accept each other's differences and actually gain something from them and learn. And also to allow people to understand that we're people too, and we're not threatening, and we have a particular style, I guess, a particular fashion, a particular interest, and everybody's welcome in that interest.
Guys, you get middle-aged guys with their families and children, and you get your older guys, you get girls come out here. You know, you get your guys in their V8s, you got the rotaries, you got the 4-cylinder turbos, and you got your bikes. Pretty much a bit of everything, to be honest with you. You even get your odd stock car, which, you know, someone's just bought and said, you know, I want to go out and race it, so they drive here to the track, go through the scrutineering. As long as their car's fully legal and there's no problems with it, then they're able to race, and it's only cost them $45. So yeah, you get all walks of life out here, and it's a good atmosphere. People are happy. You know, there's no no animosity. No one's, you know, no dramas, nothing like that. Everyone just shares the same likes, you know, cars, and they're all petrol heads, I guess. So how long have you had it for?
Since 1988.
1988.
Yeah.
Geez, that's a long-term relationship.
Yes, it is.
Mate, that's excellent. And what, did you buy it in factory form, or?
No, it was just a bare shell, no motor, no trim, no glass, nothing, for $300.
$300.
And then $70,000 later.
70,000.
Yep.
Mate,
6 years, and it's ended up like this.
So it's taken you 6 years to build it?
6 years to build it.
And is that like every day doing a bit of work to it?
Every day over the 6 years, yes. 5 days a week, the weekends, it was just that passion to get it done.
It's an old E55.
E55?
Yep.
Okay, and what's that, a V8?
Yep, V8, naturally aspirated.
Yep.
5.4.
5.4 litre.
Yeah.
So is that a factory AMG?
Yeah.
Okay. And what does the AMG mean? Is that just like a top of the line type model, or?
Well, it's like HSV,
Ah.
but it's named after the 3 guys who founded it.
How often do you come out here?
Oh, we haven't been here for a few months now.
Yep.
Yeah.
So why don't you just
Oh, it's only because my mate's tuned his Rex, so we wanted to give it a fair run, see what.
do a bit of a comparison?
Yeah, that's right.
See if the
See if the Japanese have.
got it over the Germans.
That's right.
Well, you're definitely doing it in a bit of class, mate, and you can drive home in luxury.
Yep. That's German style.
That's what it's all about, huh?
That's right.
And so yeah, and you come out here what once in a while?
Every few months.
Yeah. And what is this, like a hobby for yourself, or?
Yeah, it's pastime, relaxation,
That's it.
stress
Huh?
relief.
Oh, it's definitely good stress relief.
That's right.
Excellent. And what kind of times is she running?
13.3, 13.4.
Mate, that's pretty good, considering it probably
it's
weighs
okay.
near on 3 tonne.
No, 1.7. 1.7.
Sorry, 1.7
She's had a
tonne.
diet. She doesn't like talking about her weight.
Oh, okay. Not many women do.
Yeah, I know.
Not many women do, but 1.7 tonne, she's definitely got a few curves on her.
Yep, that's right. Voluptuous curves, see?
That's it. Well, after all, she's a Euro, so
Yep.
she's
She's
got
a bad Italian mama with German heritage.
You call her, by the way?
Her?
Yeah.
She's Betsy.
Betsy. So you have 2 women in your life.
That's
That's
right.
it, huh? Dare I ask which one you get more enjoyment from?
Since it's on camera, I can't speak.
You might incriminate yourself.
That's right.
You might end up in a divorce settlement.
TV all day.
So it's your first time out here?
Yeah.
So you're going to make it a regular
Oh
thing?
yeah, all my friends and my other half are well into it, so
Excellent.
yeah,
That's great.
enjoyable.
It's good to see a girl
Oh, if
getting
you
into
can't
it.
beat them, you got to join them.
Yeah, you got to represent.
It's a pity I haven't seen any other girls out here tonight.
Oh, they
so
do get out here, but
yeah.
not that often. It's mostly
more
guys.
on the bikes. So
Yeah?
yeah.
Oh, excellent.
Anyway,
No
I'll
worries.
get a
Well,
bike out here one day.
yeah, well, definitely. That'd be pretty scary. I wouldn't be game enough on a bike, I tell you.
Oh,
No worries. Well, good luck with it and
Thank
have a
you.
good night.
All right.
All right,
see ya.
stay safe. See ya.
Put his foot on the brake, put it in gear itself, and make sure it don't start.
Beautiful. Spot on.
So just a safety issue.
Oh man, I've loved them since I was young. I used to build billy carts at home and go-karts and stuff like that with Dad when I was like 10 years old. My father hated cars. Yeah, like he thought I was crazy when I bought this. He thought I was like, I used to spend every dime I made on this car. And I worked 2 jobs and spent every cent on the car. Until the day that I got my business and then started doing this sort of work, then he said, oh, there's money to be made in it. Yeah, you're not stupid after all, you know what I mean? But like my mum says, I was just born in my blood. My friends at school, yeah, they were all in the cars. Like, you know, being a young bloke, you know, everybody was into that sort of stuff back then. Whereas in these days, it's a lot different, you know what I mean? Like, cars are still popular, but now, back then you'd build your car, you wouldn't buy your car. Now these days everyone's buying Skylines and just doing little modifications and that's it. But back in the old days it was like old cars, repaint, do your own scheme, do everything yourself and then go from there, you know. I knew how to drive before I got my licence. I was a cheat. Back in those days, to tell you the truth, I found an old car at the airport, down at Bankstown Airport, and the bloke that actually owned the car had died years ago. And the car just sat there. And we used to hang out down there all the time. So one day we hopped in it because the doors were open and we got a screwdriver, turned it and it started. Nobody owned it, so we kept it. We drove that around for probably a year or so. We used to drive it to school. We used to hang out in a pretty big group. There would have been like 10, 20 of us. On Friday nights, it was a big thing to go to the National Park and go hang out at Gary Beach, have a bonfire with all the boys and the girls, and then come back home probably 3, 4 in the morning. Where else did we used to go? Wollongong all the time on Sundays, because there was a big hangout area on Sundays. Auburn McDonald's Sunday nights. Like, you had a big routine back then. Like most weekends you'd be flat out from Friday night to Sunday cruising from spot to spot, you know what I mean? It was a big thing back then. When I was at school, like my father, I had the abilities to become an architect. I had the brains and the abilities to do it, but I didn't have the passion to sit there. I loved to use my hands, you know. So when I left that and went and done woodwork, metalwork and left and become a mechanic, my parents were like, what are you doing? You're crazy, you know? And I struggled for a lot of years, you know, to prove my point. Till the day come, like I got my business at 27 when I started. When I started my business, then they said, all right, now we understand why you did what you did, you know. Like when I got my business, I was going to sell my car to help pay for the business, and my parents wouldn't let me. Whereas in the early days, they wanted me to sell the car because I was crazy. You know, go, oh, your money's in it, all your money's in it. But then as I got older, they realised, oh, he's doing it for a reason. He wants to have a business. So now I can't sell it. It's a part of me. It made me who I am today. So I'll never sell it. You know, it's the one thing I'd sell my BMW M3 before I sold this thing. You know, so like now I've got 1, 2, 3, I've got like 6 cars. You know, like just too many, like boats, bikes, this, that. As you get older, your toys collect. You know what I mean? So that's how it works. Now I'm starting to settle down a bit and getting rid of the toys and concentrating more on business and a family life. So you can't play all the time.
A lot of Elvis stuff would be playing because that's when Elvis was in, you know, back of that stuff, you know. But the jukebox was going all the time, never stopped, you know. Always somebody putting a shilling in or, you know, 2-bob in, something like this, and they'd play the jukebox and it just kept going on and on nearly all night. So just walk home and just say, you want to dance?
Yeah, that was
that was it.
Yeah, simple.
Yeah, simple, just straight to the point.
Girls was feminine and wore flared skirts or tight skirts.
Yeah, after the dance we'd get in our car, a hot rod, and then we'd go to Liverpool to the truck stop.
Usually at the dance they sold soft drink, didn't they?
Yeah, that's all, yeah. But what, you know, you go and get a milkshake and hamburger after about 12 o'clock at night, away you'd go. You come home about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. That's what we used to do.
See what you're missing out on?
Bodgies were mainly the people that, how can I explain it? But there was Bodgies and Widgies, which was the guys and the women, and there was Rockers, which is a Bodgie as well, and Surfies. The Surfies were the kids that lived on the beach and blonde hair and all that, you know. But what would happen is, okay, I'd come down the road and meet you, hello, how you going? And somebody else would come over, and 4 of us would be congregating, saying something in front of a shop or on a street corner or something, and we'd just stand there talking. And of course, in those days, people were weary of Bodgies. They thought we were no hopers, we were hooligans. And maybe the shopkeeper would ring up the police station and say, well, look, I've got these guys out the front, any chance of moving them or something like that, you know.
Bodgies and Widgies. Really, I think it was just the latest style of dress and how to get your hair, how to cut your hair. You know, the pants with the tight bottoms. You had to take your socks off even to get them on, and the haircut, you know, with a flat top and a duck's tail and a bit of hair hanging over the front. I think it was just the latest fashion in clothes and hairstyles.
And of course, we had the stovepipe trousers, the greased hair, and the leather jacket. And you looked like a hoodlum. You looked like a hood. Out like something that just come out of grease, like, you know, and then people used to worry, probably the same as people worry now. It was the Tony Curtis haircut or the James Dean haircut, and that's what's big side levers, plenty of grease in the hair. The old girl used to go mad because the pillow would be black.
Rock and roll was the big music of those days. You know, later on in the early 60s when Surfers came out, we were the Rockers and the, you know, or the Bodgies and the Rockers, whatever you want to call us, Bodgies and the Widgies, you know, the boys being the Bodgies, the girls being the Widgies. And we wouldn't be seen dead down at the surf. If we did, very rarely did we wear shorts. We'd have T-shirts on because we all sort of worked out a bit and we had great tops, but a lot of us tall, skinny kids, we didn't want to show our legs off. So we'd walk around the beach with our jeans on, you know, and that was the way it was in those days, you know. Well, the clothes that we bought were the clothes of the day, which were jeans, T-shirts, those fishnet T-shirts back in those days. A few of us guys, because we were sort of tall, skinny guys, we used to go to the gym, we used to work out to build yourself up, of course, and, you know, so that the fishnet T-shirts fitted you right. And lucky for us, we were fairly tall kids. My cousin and a couple other mates that I had, they used to stick together. We were tall kids, so we really never had that much problem with people wanting to fight us. Had they known that we couldn't fight, you know, we probably would have got done over every weekend. But it was a sort of a very neat era back in the 50s and late 50s and 60s when I was in high school, and then later when I went to work in the early 60s.
We'd go and have a beer, go to the football, take girls out, drive our cars around. We used to play around with cars and make them noisy and, you know, with loud exhausts and things, and the laws weren't so hard on us as they are now. To drive before I even had a licence, you know, a lot of us, few of us shot in and bought an old car for about £5 and drove it all around the place, you know, and it was a lot easier going in those days. But the fun was really just, you know, playing around with cars, having a few beers, taking girls to the only thing we could really do then those days was go to the pictures or the beach, and that's what we used to do. Yeah.
Everybody knew everybody in the street, even the street behind us, people down the road. You knew just about everyone around you, yeah. Like I said, I don't think we ever had a key to the back door. If we did, I didn't know where it was in here.
My first job was in the bank, a Commonwealth Bank. And even to get into that, you had to sit for an entrance exam. I mean, you went off in your stockings and your blue skirt and your white blouse and your navy blue cardigan, which was the uniform you had to wear. And you never, ever, as a female, became a cashier. You worked behind the cashiers, but you were never permitted to handle the money in the front with the customers. Quite a change has occurred then. In fact, every morning they used to come and check the guns. with the tellers to make sure they were all loaded in case of. And I remember saying to one of my tellers I worked behind, "What would you do?" He said, "I'd ask them how they wanted, 5s or 10s. In other words, this is the manager every morning, and quite extraordinary. But that's how it went on. There was no electronic windows coming down. And in those days, a woman got married, out. You didn't work in the bank if you got married. Great equality. We always earned a lot less too than the men.
Hi. So, I was wondering when Volume 2 of Archangels will be coming.
Archangel? Let's check. We should have it in stock at the moment.
Oh, really? This one looks interesting. Another one of her titles, Terra Cafe, which is one of my absolute favourite series, got me interested in this series as well. I'm particularly fond of the author here, Sang Sun Park, because the drawing style is very, very distinct. And at first I was a bit creeped by the largeness of the eyes, although I'm an anime fan, but after a while the style grew on me, and something about her style and her narration, the sophistication and just the general feel about it really got me interested in this author. I'm sorry, may I play with this?
Oh yeah, sure.
How do I turn it on?
This switch just here. So just push that up. And then... Did you get them?
The Terra Cafe. This is volume 3. One of my favourite series because, well, besides the fact that I love tarot cards, just the art and the stories are just absolutely touching, memorable, and they make you think, which is something which I quite like. I had the lights that came out, they're back a bit, and then